Another edition of the On the Mic podcast, and the episodes keep rolling along because the fights keep rolling along this week. One of the biggest weekend in combat sports and all of this year not only includes UFC 291, but includes one of the biggest boxing fights of the year. And to break it all down, a man who's both known in both the MMA and boxing world, does an incredible job. And luckily for me, I get to call him a friend. The one and only Ray Flores. Sir, how are you?
What's up, Mike, from Las Vegas? Having a great time so far, getting closer to fight night, and that's the best thing.
It is the best thing. And man, let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, if you can, because I know you can, but if you could put it into words, just how big and how special this fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence is and will be come Saturday night. Can you do that for the people?
Yeah, it's because the first time in the four-belt era, we're going to have an undisputed welterweight champion on the planet. We're going to know who is the man that has been controlling 147 of this era. So I look at boxing in terms of eras. You think about the 80s, Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns and Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, and as they call them, the Four Kings. Then you look at the 90s with Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad. Then you look at the 2000s and 2010s with Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather was Floyd Mayweather's era when he was able to top Manny Pacquiao back in May of 2015 and the richest prize fight in history. Now you fast forward to 2023, where Spence and Crawford have been world champions here at 147 for half a decade, or close to half a decade for Crawford, over half a decade for Spence. All four belts are on the line. Not only that, but the winner of this fight, Mike, will be the best pound for pound fighter on the planet. So 4 belts on the line, best pound for pound fighter, 2 guys who've been on a collision course for probably at least 4 years, probably going on 5. It's hard to get any better than this. Both guys in their primes, both guys are monsters. Both guys have different styles. Both guys are determined. Both guys are in an amazing physical shape. Both guys with good corners. Both guys know what this would mean to their legacy. Both guys know that they're going to have to go to depths that they probably have never had to be at in their careers in order to get their hand raised on Saturday night. But both men are willing to step inside the ring and give it their all. And we're going to find out who truly is the man at 147 of this era.
Ray, I don't have to tell you, and I'll just take a quick moment, 2 questions to talk about one each on both of their respective sides. For so long, people called for this for Terence Crawford. He called for it. Give me this opponent. Give me the big name. Give me that fight. Give me this. And then for so long, it wasn't happening. And then you know how the boxing world can be. And when this fight was announced, people were like, holy shit, they made the fight. And now we're just days away and the fight is made. What does this single win, if it is what he does on Saturday night, what does this do to cement Terence Crawford's legacy?
I mean, what it does to cement Terence Crawford's legacy is he'll be 40-0. He'll be the first male boxer to become undisputed champion in 2 divisions. I mean, that's just unbelievable. I believe only Clarissa Shields has been able to do that in the history of boxing. And Terence Crawford can be the first man to do that. And not only that, but he would finally put all the, on both ends, if Spence is victorious over Crawford, it would finally put to rest, okay, the guy that you avoided, or, there was thinking that this fight wasn't going to happen, but I believe truly and held out hope because I am an optimist just in my personal life and professional life. I mean, I'm a glass half full kind of a guy. That's how I roll. But now that we're here, and now that I've seen the preparation, I was in camp with both guys last week as they were fine-tuning the final preparations for this impending matchup. And to me, Mike, I think that this is the fight at the right time, in the right place, at the right moment. And the winner of this fight will certainly punch their ticket to the International Boxing Hall of Fame.
Beautifully said. Now, Errol Spence, we're talking about a guy who, again, I don't need to tell anyone in the combat sports world. I can just tell people in life. It's a miracle in itself that he's here, given the car accident. And to not only get back into living life, but to be a world-class boxer now on the biggest stage. Ray, I don't know how you feel. To me, this is the fight of the year. I know we had Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, but I think without question, this one takes the cake. For Errol Spence, what does it mean just to get back to this point?
I mean, for Errol, it was the fact that, he's overcome adversity. I mean, you pointed out the fact that he was able to survive that horrific car accident, the eye injury that he had. He was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao back in August of 2021, and due to an eye injury, he had to pull out of the fight. The one thing that Errol Spence has always craved is his big Las Vegas moment. He's always wanted this. He's always wanted to have the fight of the year where his name is in the lights. And because he thrives on that, that's how he's built. He's focused on really proving to the entire world that he is the man at 147. And this is his era. And he even said, on Tuesday, during the Grand Arrivals, he goes, this is going to be a blood and guts battle. I'm ready for it. I cannot wait. I'm counting down the days. And it's strap season because he picked up the IBF belt in 2017 against Cal Brook, went ahead and picked up the WBC championship with win over Sean Porter in September of 2019. And last year in April of 2022, smashed your Dennis Ugas. So now he's knocking on the door of Terence Crawford, and he has the opportunity to take on the WBO welterweight championship of the world and thus cement him as being the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
And it's happening on a crazy weekend. I don't have to mention names, but I know plenty of local Chicago establishments who are trying to decide, are they doing UFC 291 or this fight? I'm like, you need to do both. You need to do everyone.
Yes.
But too many people are saying, too many establishments that I've visited have said it's too expensive to do both. I think one way or another, you're going to miss out on money. And that goes for the fans as well. I think you should obviously dive into both combat sports this weekend. But when we look at Crawford and Spence in this fight, we know everything that's on the line for both of them. Is this without a doubt the biggest fight of the year and probably the biggest fight since we've seen since, I don't know, you tell me, is it Fury Wilder?
Yeah, probably Fury Wilder 3 is what I would say, because I mean, this is welterweight supremacy. This is best pound for pound fighter in the world. I mean, we haven't had a significant welterweight fight. I mean, we've had some significant welterweight fights, but to me, with everything on the line here, you got to go back to Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao back in May of 2015 because of what is on the line. Because that fight was who is going to be the man, what era is it? Because Floyd and Manny were on a collision course for years. Same thing with Spence and Crawford. Now, I'm not saying Spence and Crawford are anywhere near the kind of superstar that Mayweather and Pacquiao are. They're different. But these guys are old-fashioned fighters. They love to mix it up. They love to dig deep. They are amazing, world-class prize fighters. They're epitome of that, Mike. And that's why I think that this fight is the biggest fight since Wilder Fury 3, because Wilder Fury 3 demonstrated who was the best heavyweight on the planet. And the heavyweight division is a glamour division in boxing. The welterweight division, also a glamour division in boxing. We're going to find out on Saturday who is the man at 147.
I got a couple more and then I'll let you get out of here. And I appreciate you making the time for me. A lot of obviously pundits and everyone and fans say this could be too technical of a fight, but both guys are obviously looking for that Las Vegas, bright lights moment, the viral moment. Both want to knock each other out. We understand that, right? Technically or a brawl, how do you see this fight going out?
I think it all depends on who's able to withstand and utilize their game plan. Crawford is a boxer puncher. He's got dynamite in both hands. When he hits you, he moves you. When it comes to Spence, he's aggressive. He wants to systematically break you down, and he wants to swarm you and not allow you to have too much room to breathe. So it's all going to be depending on who can withstand the other guy's best form of weaponry. For Crawford, it's his power punching, but he sets it up with the jab and utilizing his outstanding boxing ability. For Spence, he's going to dig to your body. He's going to come forward and he's going to be aggressive from the outset, and he's going to try to suffocate you and quote unquote drown you.
Well, I don't like to put you on the spot, especially because you work in there, but I know you do some betting work as well. Do you have a best bet for those who will put money on the line this weekend?
Yeah, I think the fight's going to go the distance. I can't see either man, could it happen? Yes, but these guys they're so world-class, and they're both just monsters. I mean, they truly are, because their will to win is on a different stratosphere. They're both so aggressive and so ferocious and so determined. I'm getting Clubber Lang vibes out of both dudes, and Clubber Lang leading into the first Rocky fight in Rocky 3. That's the kind of Clubber Lang vibes I'm getting out of both. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think we get 115, 113. I could see a split decision, but all I know, Mike, I'm going to guarantee you we're going to get a damn good fight, and the fans are going to enjoy it, and you're going to be saying where you were on July 29, 2023, because 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about this fight in terms of the historical significance it provided to the sport of boxing and combat sports in general.
Ray, you're the absolute best. I got my final question here. It's a bonus one. We both have our hands in MMA and boxing. You more so boxing than definitely I am. Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, they got the fight done. Quick thoughts on that fight. I mean,
congrats to Francis for getting the money, getting the bag. Obviously proving his detractors wrong on, leaving the UFC, et cetera, for Tyson Fury. I mean, he's going to beat Tyson Fury, and I'll leave it at that. So.
And I'll take it at that. I think it's the best jackpot self gamble that we've seen in combat sports in quite some time. And I'm happy for Francis Ngannou. On that note, I'm actually happy for all of them. And I'm also happy for you, Ray. Where can we find you, watch you, see you, hear you the rest of this week and the weekend?
You know what? I'm going to be going ahead, man. I will be in, doing some stuff today with the press conference, weigh-in Friday, and fight on Saturday and stuff, my man, doing the international call. But my man, I apologize, but I got to let you go. So I will talk to you sooner rather than later, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ray.
Later, man.